All right, let's go ahead. Now we're on Tuesday's homework. Let's take a look at today's problem. Remember, I'm going to do number 3, or you're checking number 3 to see if you got it right. And then you're going to do number 4 on your own and turn it into class tomorrow. All right, it says a factory produces 6 motorcycles in 9 hours. Determine how many hours it takes to produce 16 motorcycles at this rate. So again, I'm going to try to pick different colors for motorcycles and hours, because here I know that anytime I have a ratio or rate, or I'm setting up a proportion, I am comparing at least 2 things. So here in my comparison in this problem is I'm comparing the motorcycles to the hours. So originally this factory produced 6 motorcycles in 9 hours. And the question says determine how many hours. Notice my hours are in purple. It takes to produce 16 motorcycles at this rate. Okay, so I'm going to set up my ones table again, just like we did in yesterday's homework. This is going to be my words, my original ratio, and my new ratio, or my original rate and my new rate. All right. I'm comparing motorcycles to hours. So I'm going to put MOT for motorcycles and abbreviate hours for hours. Okay, for the motorcycles, I clearly see that my number is being represented by 6. So I'm going to put a 6 next to the motorcycles. Then I see that I can make 6 motorcycles in 9 hours. So I put the 9 next to the hours. That's my original rate. And then it says to determine how many hours. Determine the hours. Therefore, the hours would be our X. It takes to produce 16 motorcycles. And this is pretty easy, especially when the label's right behind here for you. Well, first I want to see if I can find a scale factor. Here, I look at 6 and 9 and I see that there's not an easy scale factor to determine. And I check out 6 and 16 and I also see that there's not an easy scale factor to determine. So, we could simplify 6/9, and I see that I have a common factor of 3. And I could reduce this fraction to 2/3, and I know that 2 is compatible with 16. Or I could also do the bat and ball method. The bat, remember, is multiplying where there are 2 numbers diagonal from each other. So I'm going to take 6 and multiply it with 9. And I know, remember, I know that 6 times whatever x is should be equal. So in reality, this 6 over here is my ball because it's what I'm going to divide by. So let's do 16 times 9 together. 16 times 9. Well, I know 6 times 9 is 54. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 is 14. Okay, so 16 times 9 is 144. So then now I need to take 144 and divide it by 6. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take 6 and I'm going to divide it into 144. 6 does not go into 1, so I put an X. That X means it has no value, and it also reminds me to multiply whenever I'm dividing. 6 goes into 14 2 times because 6 times 2 is 12. Then I subtract 14 minus 12 is 2. Bring down the 4. 6 goes into 24 4 times. 6 times 4 is 24. And now I'm done. So I know that it would now take me, the value of x would be 24 hours. So now I know it would take 24 hours to make 16 motorcycles. Okay, try number 4 on your own.